Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be filling 30 occlusal with amalgam. And a quick life hack here is just to use the hemostat to unscrew the amalgam capsule. And after that we can start condensing right away. So we're going to move a few increments into this tooth just so that the whole preparation is covered at first. And now I'm not really condensing, I'm just sort of putting the increments closer to where I want them to be. And now with the smaller end of the condenser, I'm actually doing the first condensation. And we're condensing with quite a bit of force. We want to make sure that we can feel the amalgam sort of packing tight like a snowball would. And then we just move along the whole preparation in a much more organized fashion. So that first increment's down and it only filled about half of the prep. So we're going to put a few more increments on and go about condensing this in the same manner. So we're kind of using that large end of the condenser just to put the increments more where we want them to be. And we're pushing it against the preparation so that it adapts well to the occlusal walls. It also sort of gives us a head start on carving because the pointed end of the condenser, the sharp edge, is going to end up being in the central groove. So that will help us remove some of the amalgam. Okay, so now that we've condensed against the sides of the occlusal wall and we've got both increments on, we're going to switch to the acorn burnisher and just essentially make one big circle around the entire tooth. Pressure here is pretty light. I don't want to move the amalgam around too much at this stage. It's still very malleable. And I just want to almost gently adapt it to the margins of the preparation. So next we move to the carving step, and I like to use the discoid cleoid. You can also use the half Hollenbeck, but I've noticed that my discoid cleoid's a little sharper, so it does the job a little better for me. Either one works. You could also use the Walls 3 actually. Again, it's just preference. Try them all out and see what you like. And the key here is just to ensure that sort of the top portion of your cleoid end or whatever carving instrument you're using is touching the actual dentiform tooth, not the amalgam. And this way we can guide it through the amalgam without over carving. So we're really just focusing on adapting that straight to the dentiform and then carving the amalgam as a secondary effort almost. So you notice I kind of do the buccal half first or second, and then I do the lingual half after or before. And the reason I do that is because I'm sitting mostly at about 8 o'clock for this. And it really helps to have your wrists on the lingual side when you're carving the lingual portion, and then on the buccal side when you're carving the buccal portion. So this is actually the super plugger, and it's kind of nice to use as a burnisher between carving or when you want to get more pronounced anatomy without having to carve. And then after we burnish there, we're just going to go back again with the carver that we're using to clean up some of the flash that forms as a result of burnishing. And now we're moving on to the PKT3, and this is just going to help give us the final burnishing step. With this burnisher, we're actually using quite a bit of pressure, much more than I use with the acorn burnisher, because the amalgam is pretty well adapted to the tooth at this point. So we're really just adapting the amalgam even more closely. And to do that, we want to use more pressure. So I essentially just push the sharper end of the burnisher into the grooves and sort of draw the grooves, just trace them. And then I use the side of the burnisher along the triangular ridges. I will say too, a lot of times when I was first condensing, I didn't spend enough time on carving because I thought I'd be able to finish it all with the polishing step, that was going to be an easy time to put in the anatomy. And that's not really the best way to do it. You can save a lot of time by putting more attention into the carving step. Because if you look at this finished product here, you can see we have most of our anatomy already in there. The groove is about at the depth that we want it to be. And really all we'll have to do with the final polishing step is just get rid of any flash, use the Explorer to find where the margins may have a step or may have maybe over contoured. And then we can just sort of grind those down with the football, the brownie, and the greenie. So I didn't actually include a polishing step, but if you carve as well as in this video, it's going to make the polishing step very easy for you. And I think most people pick up on polishing pretty straightforwardly. There's not much to it, as long as you do a good job with the actual carving. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.